What's your most useful street smart piece of advice? If you're in trouble, that is, lost or searching for something specific, in a foreign country, decide who is going to help you. Do not let someone random approach you and start leading you off to some random butt location just because you were looking lost. By merely looking like you know where you're headed, these people that prey on tourists will completely ignore you. My best bet is always to find a well-dressed person, ideally someone in a business suit or similar, who looks like they have somewhere to be and no interest in talking. They're usually willing to help with quick basic stuff like directions, but they're also very unlikely to frick with you. If you're meeting someone on one of those exchange apps like OfferUp, Close5, or even Craigslist, always meet in a public and well-lit area, preferably one with cameras. McDonald's and Starbucks are safe bets for me. Never bring strangers to your house. Even if nothing goes wrong, they might remember where you live and something bad could happen in a few years from the meetup. To piggyback on this, most police stations, at least in the US, have a designated meeting place out front for these types of things. Someone looking to scam you might go to a public place, but probably not right outside the police station. If a person is invading your personal space in an aggressive manner, create some distance and keep a guard up. I've witnessed countless clueless people get knocked the heck out with a sucker punch because they wanted to appear non-threatening to a person who is clearly trying to cause them great bodily harm. I always do the thinking pose where you cross your arm but have your hand under your chin. Don't walk while staring at your phone. Stop somewhere. Pop inside a store or even a doorway to answer that text. Also turn down the brightness at night. You'll preserve your night vision. Just watch your dang surroundings. 99% of the stuff that'll happen to you is not a stand-up fight where the attacker makes themselves known to you and challenges you to your face. No, usually it's more than one person attacking you from different angles, none of which you expect. Be aware of what is going on around you at all times in as much as you are able. It's called situational awareness. Keep an eye on the door. If strangers walk up to you asking for money or a moment of your time, especially if they are fast talkers, your answer should be, "Sorry man, I don't have any cash," or "I got to run man," and keep moving. Don't stop in place. Keep the interaction as short as possible. Play stupid. Had a guy standing in the street try and stop me to talk when I was pulling out of a church parking lot. Heck no, I'm not stopping for some random guy in the middle of the street trying to get specially me to stop. Be aware of your surroundings. Look behind you, whether you're walking or driving. If you notice the same car behind you for miles, don't drive home. Go to another location and make 3 right turns. If they're still behind you, they are following you. Once when I left work, I noticed a car behind me for a few miles. They got on and off the highway when I did. Weird, I ended up zigzagging through a random neighborhood just to see, and sure enough, they were following me, but started driving to the nearest police station. They eventually gave up, but I have no idea what that was about. It still freaks me out to this day. If you're in a sketchy part of town and a group of 3-4 dudes politely say excuse me or some crap to ask you for a lighter all the time or call you over for literally any reason, get the frick out of there, you fricking idiot. Recently I keep hearing about dumb fucks walking over like "Hey, how can I help?" and getting robbed. I don't understand why this needs to be said, but it clearly does. There is no such thing as glory. Focus on getting things done rather than on getting praise for not having done anything. Have the ability to avoid sharing personal information, no matter how close to people or peer pressured you are. By the same token, don't ask too many questions. Know which questions to ask. Be polite. I was out smoking outside a bar in my town. Guy started talking to me and asking me my last name, where I live and all sorts of stuff. He got very pee when I wouldn't answer things, starting going on about he could help me making the thousands of dollars a day that he makes. I think I avoided being a drug runner that night. 2002 Red River Riot. Shootout between Hells Angels and Mongols in a Lachlan NV casino. I was in that bar as they started to congregate. Looked up from my beer. Hells Angels on my left and Mongols on my right. My gut followed my brain and I got the heck out of there. Nothing good comes out of 2 notorious gangs being in the same bar. 3 dead and several injured. Walk confident but don't walk cocky. If you walk with confidence it shows that you know how to hold your own. If you walk with cockiness it shows that you think you know how to hold your own and are itching to prove it. Walk confidently and resting B-face. You'll get told to smile a lot but no one will mess with you. Engage and show outward signs of friendliness, but not weakness. Confidence and friendliness puts people at ease and also doesn't make you a target. Don't carry crap around with you that you can't afford to replace. Don't tell anyone who asks your shoe size. Don't give anyone rough the impression you're better than them. Mix and match for more effective street survival. Follow your gut, and not in the, my gut told me to wear purple today. A real, true gut feeling is hard to explain, but you'll know it when you feel it. Always listen to that instinct, because it usually only kicks in during extreme instances of fight or flight. Also, always kick for the dong. If a guy pulls a knife on you and tries to mug you, you take your money clip with a $50 bill. You go, you want my money, go get it, then you run the other direction. The answer on the street is always no. Don't debate. Don't negotiate. Don't even wait for the end of the sob story. Anyone approaches you unsolicited and wants something from you, the answer is a forceful no followed by get the frick away from me if that doesn't work. My version of this is also, don't ever get your wallet out in public if it's not an ATM. Don't sign up to anything in the street or on the doorstep. If a threatening person approaches you looking for a fight, say something that makes sense, implies a history, but is completely nonsensical, but very confidently and calmly. Example, I know but I don't think it will fit. I've been looking at them for a while and they are just too big. The hedges over in Seattle were much smaller, but these are much too tall. They just aren't going to work at all. If the person is processing language, which they typically are, their brain will be very confused. While they are processing the information, context, and your demeanor, they are likely to lose a lot of their adrenaline and be much less likely to fight, at which point you can reason with them or leave. Most people get themselves really hyped up and just need an interruption out of their recursive loop. Don't wear headphones while walking. You just tell people you have something worth stealing and it makes you easy to sneak up on. Don't take shortcuts in dark places at night. Walk around with your head high. No one is going to try and mug someone who looks like they are ready for a fight. People want easy targets. The only people who push for honor in fights are the ones who can win with brute force. Honor doesn't mean crap if you lose. The best way to win a fight is to run away. Joke's on them. These headphones are crap. Don't present yourself as a potential victim. Walking alone and not feeling safe. Clench your fists and start talking to yourself like you're angry. Maybe try to bite the side of your face. People tend to avoid people they think they are already unstable or emotionally volatile. That's so true. Saved my life in Paris. Late at night. Carry some extra cash in your shoe when visiting a foreign country. If you happen to get mugged, they usually won't check there and this may be all you have left to feed yourself. Find transportation. Get back home. Offer a bribe. Probably sounds extreme, but for people who have had their wallet, passport, ID and all their money taken, even $100 can go a long ways. If a guy attacks you, he expects you to go for the eyes or crotch and can protect against it. They don't expect you to go for the ear, and when you have a grip on someone's ear they will go wherever you want, preferably a hard surface, at speed. When someone yells pickpocket, start searching for your wallet in the groin area and exclaim, "Thank God my wallet is safely tucked between my testicles." The pickpocket will see this and assume that the wallet is there. These people usually have very supple and delicate hands, so when they try to take your wallet you will instead get a pleasant fondling to your genital area. If someone is standing a bit too close to you for no reason and then purposefully moves out of your line of sight as you adjust your body position so that you can see them better, they are up to no freaking good. I had a guy sidle up to me a line in Walgreens. He started kind of nervously looking around and shuffling his feet. I go to adjust my stance so I can see him better in my peripheral. He moves to where he's not right behind me. I move again. He moves again. Now it's my turn in line. The guy walks past me and goes outside. I buy my items and the guy is standing out there. I go to walk to my vehicle and he blocks my path. I finally say, "Are we gonna have a problem here?" and finally look him right in the eye. I'm not a killer, but I have legit martial arts training including multiple competitions. I can handle things if need be. The dude mutters something about being on my side then wanders off. Trust your gut and don't let Shady M sneak up on you. If you're ever getting kidnapped, try and throw them off their rhythm and never let them take you to the secondary location. Walking with earphones in is a no-no. I get that it can keep creepy people from hitting on you, but if your attention slips you're super vulnerable. Should always be aware of your surroundings and what is going on around you. Removing a sense doesn't seem like the safest idea. I always find it helpful to walk around with headphones on, but no music. It keeps away creeps but at the same time you're still aware of your surroundings. It helps with not stopping when approached because you can reasonably pretend not to have noticed people. If you flat out ignore some with no apparent reason they might get angry, but stopping and acknowledging them is an even worse idea. Don't ever answer to someone yelling hey from across the street. I tell my kids to never turn around or acknowledge anyone who refers to you as hey because if they know you, they will call you by your name. If they don't know you, they, especially a grown man, have no business asking anything from a young kid, teenager or even an adult. Granted I was an adult every time this happened but sometimes they were being helpful. Hey you drop your wallet. Hey you got Charlotte paper on your shoe. Hey you still got the tag on your jeans. Hey be careful walking your dog there's a skunk on that side of the street. I did notice a strong smell but couldn't place it. If you are getting into a fight, you are getting hurt. If you are getting into a knife fight, you are getting cut and probably stabbed. You are not going to pull some John Wick crap and walk away completely unscathed. The moment you enter into an altercation with a bladed or blunt weapon, and your attacker is armed in a similar fashion, you need to come to the realization that best case scenario, you both end up in an ambulance on the way to an ER. Worst case scenario, one or both of you don't get the opportunity to. If you ever get arrested, whether you're guilty or not always get a lawyer and don't say a word to anyone else but your lawyer. Yes, if you're innocent you can say something incriminating. False confessions happen all the time. Split your money cards up on different areas of your body when you're traveling. Shoes, inner pocket, pants pocket, sock, etc. Also, leave a security method of payment wherever you are staying. If you get robbed you'll then have a way to pay for things and not be stranded. Especially when traveling somewhere, I use Starbucks as safe zones. Free Wi-Fi, open early and late, charging batteries and restrooms. Gives me a chance to come up with a game plan if I'm lost. Also good idea to carry a charger for your phone. Criminology graduate here. The only thing I can definitely remember about this is that many attacks start by asking you something to distract you. For example, do you have the time? Then when you check your watch or phone the person draws their knife and holds you to it. Best advice is to stay alert at all times as many people have already said. If someone asks me the time and I'm suspicious I just guess sorry innocent suspicious stranger. A big no I saw this a lot from ladies after a night out. Please do not walk down the street at night by yourself on the phone either talking to someone or worse, texting. This does not put attackers off even if it makes you feel better. It just makes you more vulnerable by distracting you. What can the person on the phone do to help you if someone attacks you? Unless they are nearby coming to meet you. Get picked up, walk with friends or call a cab, please. Print out fake $100 bills with Danny DeVito's face on it. If someone tries to rob you, hand the folded bills to him and try to get out as fast as possible. If you live, he got memed. If you don't, he got memed anyways, so it's okay. Walk in like you own the place and nobody will question you. Pro tip: wear an orange safety vest and or carry a clipboard and people will believe anything and even help you. Here are a few things I was taught on the first day on my Krav Maga class. 1. In any situation, keep engaging in a fight as the last resort. 2. Most often shouting as loud as possible is a good strategy. The last thing an attacker rapist wants is attention. 3. When you see someone in danger, don't jump into a fight just because you took the class or otherwise. To save someone, the first thing you should do is call for more help. Anything police, other people, security guards. Let people talk about themselves and actually listen. Ask questions and find a way to connect with them on a common interest. This comment is very unlike the previous ones. Whenever you see criminals or hard cases doing G-things or bad butt stuff on TV, shake your head in amusement and say no way, man, totally fake. He wouldn't last 5 minutes where I come from. Then everyone will know you're not to be fricked with and you'll be left in peace. Ways I can tell you're a gangster. Hard cases, G-things, bad butt stuff. You wouldn't last 5 minutes where I come from. If your car breaks down and you have to leave it, remember to get all of your belongings out of it. This does include the license plate. I just recently had my car break down and the license plate stolen not a day later. Never eat lunch at your desk if your company makes you clock out for lunch. Eat in your car if you have to, but breaking that 8-hour monotony is vital to keep a healthy attitude and your sanity. IDK if this is as much street smart advice or poverty advice. But if you grew up poor and don't have money for college, do not start at a university. Start at a community college. It will be way easier on you. It's cheaper by a lot, and you'll end up getting your results at a more steady guaranteed pace. Also choose a major that'll make you money. IDC about this passion bulls. I think you need to balance the passion and the payout. It's much easier to do well in something if you care about it, but you have to be able to make a living from that. If you hate what you're doing, it'll be really hard to excel if it doesn't come naturally to you. If you have to walk through a sketchy neighborhood, stick to crowded streets. You might get asked to buy drugs or solicited by a prostitute, but you'll almost certainly be safe if you politely decline. Mind your business and keep walking. Quiet side streets with no one on them may appear safe, but if something happens, you're on your own. There was a time I temporarily lived in an apartment complex in a place I wasn't familiar with. I went to the small gym area that was about a 5-minute walk from my apartment. When I got inside, a man, maybe later 20s, was on a treadmill, seemingly finishing with their workout cause he was standing on it on his phone, and I just felt odd. I am female and was 18 at the time. I was on an elliptical and about 5 minutes into my workout the man started walking on the treadmill. IDKY, but this made me really uncomfortable. I felt like he was going to try to do something or talk to me when I was done working out. So I thought about what I should do. I was on the elliptical right next to the door. So I low-key grabbed my keys and my phone and I literally just hopped off the elliptical. I didn't even slow it down, and I started sprinting back to my apartment. I'm glad I did this because a few seconds after I bolted out the door, the man yelled, "Hey, wait," after me. I had thought it through beforehand and I didn't leave anything behind. This was a new place so he couldn't have known me. There was just no reason for him to interact with me. I just had a really bad feeling about it. My advice is always trust your gut and be prepared to run. Stay out of debt. Eliminate it at top priority. Don't think interest rates are going to stay under 5 forever. Learn a lesson from the 80s. We could be going back there. Debt is paralyzing. Get out of it. Get the bank's hands out of your pocket. Then never go back. Don't pull out a knife if you don't have to. Always make that your last resort. Also, if you're about to get in a fight, your best bet is to make your opponent think you're batshit insane. Look them in the eyes and scare the absolute crap out of them. Even if you can't avoid a physical fight, it'll probably throw them off enough that you'll be able to get away with minor injuries. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check another video. Bye for now.